What's going on, guys? So I was just kind of sitting here thinking about different things that have changed video games and stuff over the past couple of years, and how I don't enjoy games as much as I used to. I don't know, there's just something about new games that doesn't hit as well as it used to back in the day when I was a kid, or even when I was a young teenager. I mean, I still am a teenager, but like back when I was really young. So I'm just gonna kind of like go through different perspectives on why I think games have changed. First off, because I've gotten older and I have life stresses to deal with, and another one is probably because I hunt trophies on PlayStation, so that kind of detracts from the fun of some games sometimes. Not that I don't like getting trophies or anything, but it does take away a lot of the fun factor from some games. But I'm playing Spider-Man right now while I'm talking about this. And this is one of those few games that have come out recently that I actually really enjoyed. I finished this within like the first weekend that it was out. This is a great game. But anyway, if my cat would stop aggravating me. So first off, I kind of just want to talk about how life gets in the way of enjoying video games. So you ever just sit down to play a video game, you turn your PlayStation or Xbox on, or PC or whatever you play on, and you're just like, what do I play? And you just sit there on the dashboard or the home screen and you're like, I don't know what to play. And then you just turn it right back off and watch a show or a movie or scroll through social media. I do that a lot, and that's kind of a reason why I decided to start making YouTube videos, because I want to restore my passion for video games. Because I do really love playing video games, and I wish games were as fun as they used to be. That's kind of why I wanted to do this, to share my experiences with people and just have fun doing that. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So I think it was about 2016 or so when I switched the next generation of consoles, which is now the current gen. I used to play on Xbox 360, and I switched to the Xbox One in 2016, which I'm going to talk more about the Xbox 360 later on, but I just kind of want to talk about this real quick. So when I got the Xbox One, that's kind of where my love for gaming disappeared, because, well, I didn't have internet at the time, and the Xbox One requires an always online connection to do literally anything. You can't even pop an achievement without internet, and it's fucking stupid. Anyway, though, that was kind of like the beginning of the end, I guess you could say, for me. And then now we're gonna hop back to 2008 or 9, I think it was, when I got the Wii. So I think it was Christmas 2008 that my family got a Wii, and I remember setting that up with my mom and everything and playing Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, which that's where my love for Lego games started, and I still love playing those games today. And if you are an early 2000s kid, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, that game was the shit back in the day. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Whenever I got the Wii, that's when I really started playing video games. And I remember playing like Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resorts and everything with my family. But like, I think the first game I played was, like I said, Lego Star Wars. And that was just always so much fun. I mean, I didn't really have much to worry about because I was in like second grade at the time. And it was just all about having fun back then. There was like no stresses at all. And then I think it was like 2009, I got a new game, which was Lego Indiana Jones. Like I said, I used to be a big fan of Lego games. I mean, I still am, but they haven't released a game in forever. I know they're working on one, though. They're working on Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, which I will hopefully be doing a full Let's Play of on the channel here when that releases next year. But I don't know. Lego Indiana Jones was a lot of fun. There's just a lot of games that I used to play back in the day, like Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, Wii Sports, any of the Lego games that came out on the Wii. All that stuff used to be fun, and I don't know, it was just so much fun to play video games without any stresses or anything like that. I think the worst stress was just not being able to finish like a level or something in a game. And then fast forward to 2014, which is when I got my Xbox 360. And that was whenever I really started getting into video games and everything, because the Xbox 360 obviously had better games than the Wii did, because there's so much more that console could do. And I don't know, the 360 was just a lot of fun. I played that like basically every day when I came home from school. I used to play all different types of games. I remember going to GameStop with my grandma and just getting a couple games every so often, and then those would last me until I got a couple more games, like a month or so later. And that was just a fun cycle to go through and just play these different games and these different experiences and everything. And I still enjoyed video games then, like, I didn't have a problem with them at all. But like I said, I was still in middle school then, so didn't really have anything to worry about. I mean, yeah, school was getting more serious and everything, but I was a pretty smart kid, so I didn't really have like a whole bunch of stresses when it came to doing homework and stuff like that, because I always get it done in class. Let's see, where do I go from here? This is kind of just me rambling about this stuff, so I didn't like write a script or anything. But I guess let's fast forward to 2015. So 2015 would have been a year after I got the Xbox 360, and basically that's when I really started playing a lot of games. Like, I remember one of the games I played then was The Walking Dead Season 1 Telltale game. That game was absolutely amazing. I remember being free on like Xbox Live or something because of gold memberships. I think that's what it was called. Yeah, Xbox Live Gold. And then so I played it, and I was like, okay, this game's really good. And then that's kind of where I started to really get into like story-driven games. I mean, yeah, I played a lot of single-player games before then because I didn't really like multiplayer, and I still don't like multiplayer. But that was when I really started getting into like narrative-driven games and everything like that. It wasn't just always about the gameplay. And then basically after that, I was just playing a bunch of games, and I still enjoyed playing games. I remember playing Dirt 3, I think it was, around Thanksgiving that year, and that was a great game. I played that game every day for like a month, and then it was like Christmas, so I started playing games I got for Christmas, which was like Metal Gear Solid 5 and everything like that, which that was a fun game. And then 2016 came along, and I think Lego Marvel's Avengers came out early that year, and I enjoyed playing that game. And that was like the last big game that I played on the Xbox 360. And then that summer for my birthday, I got the Xbox One, and that is, like I said before, where everything started to go downhill. So I'm gonna take a drink. Anyway, after everything started to go downhill, I mean, there was definitely games that I still enjoyed. Like, I remember getting Halo 5 with my PlayStation. I enjoyed playing the campaign for that, but like I said, I didn't have internet, so couldn't really experience the Xbox One like it should have been experienced. So, like, I kind of look back on it like I should have just gotten the PlayStation 4. Because the PlayStation 4 is a lot better in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions. Like, nothing wrong with you if you like Xbox or anything, but I just prefer PlayStation now. And then I think it was right when my freshman year started in 2016 when I really started to get like depressed and everything, and video games just weren't as fun. Like, I didn't have interest in games because there were so many different things going on. Like, school was stressing me out, and then like life was stressing me out. The relationship I was in at the time was stressing me out. And I mean, all that stuff's gone now, but at the time that was just a lot of stress. And then after 2016 came 2017, which was a great year for me. Not necessarily with video games, but just with different memories I have from that year with my friend Matt and everything, and my brother, and all that good stuff. And then also, that's the year that I met the girl that I'm with now. So that was a good year, a really good year in my opinion. But for video game sake, there's a lot of video games that came out that year that I was looking forward to. like Mass Effect Andromeda, which that game ended up being absolute garbage. I was a huge Mass Effect fan, and that game kind of killed the series in my opinion. I don't know, that game just wasn't good. Well, I'm trying to think what else came out that year. I didn't have a PlayStation, so I didn't play Horizon Zero Dawn. What else came out that year? Oh yeah, Lego Marvel Super Heroes 2 was a big game that I played. That was a great game. And like 2017, I actually started to get my love back for gaming and everything. Just with some of the games that came out. And I just realized that I forgot to mention a big game that I really loved, which was L.A. Noire. I played that game in 2015, and then I replayed it on the Xbox One in 2017 when the remaster came out. Because I remember going to the store and picking up that and Lego Marvel Super Heroes 2, and I just kind of played those games back to back, like every day when I get home from school and everything. And it was like winter that year that I started to lose interest in a lot of things, like gaming and just like school and everything. Like there were so many things that I just stopped caring about at that point because of different things that happened, which I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to talk about it, but basically I just didn't care so much for gaming. And then 2018 rolled around, which was probably the worst year that this is the worst year that I've experienced, 2020, but 2018 is a close second. Basically in 2018, just a bunch of bad shit happened. But there's a few games that came out, like Spider-Man, which I'm playing now. I absolutely love that game. And that was probably one of the very few games that came out that year that I actually really enjoyed and really... Well, that and Red Dead Redemption 2. I remember playing a lot of those games with my friends, and that's also when I met my group of friends that I have now, that I play PlayStation with. That was the same year I got my PlayStation. So I decided to switch because I was like, I'm tired of this shit. And then I got a PlayStation. I haven't gone back since. But that's when I met my current group of friends, which I still play with today. I met them through my friend Matt, which I mentioned earlier. And they're all great. I make fun of them a lot, but they're all great. I don't know what I'd do without them sometimes. They're really good friends. Anyway, different topic now. 2018 was kind of when I started to get into like collecting trophies on PlayStation. Yeah, I collected achievements on Xbox, but I never really like went for completions or anything. I just wanted to get more gamer score, which I'm not going to talk about that because I can make a whole nother video about that. But 2018 is when I started to go for trophies and everything, and I don't know, that kind of killed a lot of my love for gaming because I'd always just go for these trophies in the game and not actually enjoy the game half the time because I was just trying to get a trophy that doesn't really mean anything. I mean, I didn't do that with all games. Some games I just got them and they happened to just unlock. But other games it was like you do this, and that to get a freaking trophy, and it wasn't worth it. And then same going into 2019, I would do that a lot, and I don't know, 2019 I started to get a lot more platinum trophies, but I just kind of realized that it wasn't worth it. I mean, I still get trophies, don't get me wrong, I still get platinums, but I didn't have this obsession like I did back then. I don't now anyway. But anyway, we're going to go ahead to 2019 now. So, in 2019, that was when I was working full-time as a manager in the rides department at Six Flags near me. I wasn't like the full-on manager, but I was in the management team. And so I didn't really have a whole lot of time to game, and then some stuff happened with that, so I basically had all the time in the world to game that summer. And that's kind of when I started to lose interest because I was just playing games all the time, didn't really have anything else to do. And yeah. I mean, like, I think that could like kind of contribute to why games aren't as fun. Also, the fact that I was just playing them nonstop every day for like a year, and then 2020 came along, And 2020 has just been terrible. Like, there's been some games that have come out that have been fun, but like personally, 2020 has had some pretty bad effects on me, and different things that have happened have really sucked. But that's not what I want to talk about right now, because that's not the topic. But now I lost my train of thought. Going forward from that, we had this whole quarantine thing, and we're just basically stuck at home and played video games all the time. And I don't know, that's another thing that kind of took away, because I was like, well, I'm just doing this every day now. It's not like this cool thing that you can only get to do when you have time, and it's not really a hobby. It's just like I'm doing it because I'm bored and have nothing else to do. And then, I don't know, it was around late summer of this year that I started to really lose interest in games, like a lot. Like, I started to lose interest before, but it was like August, I think, July or August, when I really started to lose interest, and I just didn't enjoy playing them. And then, I don't know, one day I was just sitting there and I was thinking, I kind of want to make a YouTube channel. And I just did that. I mean, I had uploaded YouTube videos before, but I wanted to actually make a YouTube channel and do like Let's Plays and all kinds of different things. So that's where we are now. But back to gaming. I don't know like what it is necessarily that with modern games that take away the fun of gaming. It could be the monetization of everything with the loot boxes or the microtransactions. It could be the fact that everything's online. It could be the fact that people are just so stupid in the gaming communities. There's so many toxic people. I mean, I can't say that I've never been toxic online, but like, there's certain people that just take it to another level, which, especially with like games like Fortnite, which I absolutely despise that game. And anybody who plays it is just stupid. Your parents don't love you, but that's not what we're talking about either, because Fortnite's never been part of my childhood or part of anything. So Fortnite has no effect on any of this stuff. But I think that with more and more access to the internet and everything, that's also affected everybody's look on games, especially mine. I mean, I don't usually let other people form my opinion, so it's not that big of a problem. But I could see where, like, when someone says something negative, it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm expecting this now, so, you know, and then I look for it, and it's like, oh, it's there, but, you know, that's that. I'm just kind of talking right now. I don't even have a clear goal as to where I'm getting. I'm just talking about this. I'm trying to, like, come up with stuff, because this is something that was on my mind, and now that I'm trying to record, I can't think of anything. I mean, like, me and my friend Jordan, we talk about this stuff all the time, how games aren't as fun as they used to be, and it's probably because of, like, different things in life. I don't know, I just don't enjoy games like I used to. Neither do a lot of people from what I've heard. And, you know, I'm hoping that making these YouTube videos and talking about games like this, or making Let's Plays and everything, helps me get back into gaming, because this is something I really wanted to do for a long time. I've always wanted to make YouTube videos and be a YouTuber and all that stuff, so hopefully this works out for me. I mean, I have a decent fan base right now. Obviously it'll get bigger over time, but I just want to be able to play games on YouTube and have people watch them and enjoy it. And I know I may sound like very mono right now, like with my tone, but I don't normally sound like this. I'm just kind of ranting on. Like, if I was making an actual video about like a Let's Play or something, I'd be a lot more energetic, but I'm just kind of talking about stuff that's on my mind. So it's just kind of how I talk. Anyway, though, like, let me know what you guys think about how gaming's become, and if you still enjoy gaming. I mean, I still enjoy gaming, but there's definitely things that are wrong with the gaming industry, and definitely things that have gotten me to lose interest in games. But it doesn't mean that I won't continue to play them, because there's always games that come out that are just really, really good. And I'm looking at you, Sony exclusives. I can always count on you to be really good. Same with Ubisoft games. As much as people hate on them, I love Ubisoft games. Like Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs and everything. I know they're repetitive, but I just love them so much. But I think that's about gonna do it for this video, unless something else comes to mind in the next like 45 seconds. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the current gaming situation. What's your opinion on your feelings towards games and how you've been going about playing games lately, especially since we're all stuck indoors. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, and stay safe out there.